Good morning, everyone. Here is the video meeting that I promised you for today. I do apologize that we are not able to come together this afternoon. You'll see in front of you that I put together a few little meeting notes, just some information that I wanted to share with you and give you a visual for. First and most important, we do have some new team members. Yay! At Symington, we have a new attendance clerk, Miss Estelle. So everybody make sure to reach out and let her know that we appreciate her being here. Johnson also has a new attendance clerk, Miss Evans. So once again, please call over to Johnson and Symington and give them a shout out and offer them a helping hand as we do here at Hickman Mills. Also, I just wanted to let you know we do have a sub for a couple of weeks at Warford for Miss Kendall and a sub still for Miss Polly over at Santa Fe. So if you get a minute to check in with the secretaries there to make sure all is okay in the world of attendance in those two buildings, that would probably be much appreciated. The next thing I wanted to share with you is just our 90/90 attendance updates for the month. So I'm going to flip over here to Tyler Pulse. And this is as of this morning. Actually, I have sorted the green from highest to lowest. And so it looks like Burke and Santa Fe are neck and neck up there. Warford with 86.1, Dobbs at 83, Smith Hale 82.9, Ingalls 82, Symington 80.9. You'll see the district as a total is 80.3 and Johnson 80.3. So hooray! Cheers from me for all of you that are above 80%. If you're not quite there, please keep working, doing all that you can to continue to get students here each and every day. I wanted to show you at the bottom of your screen, so all of you have a Pulse login, and if you scroll to the bottom of that one, then this is the monthly breakdown. So it's just from the first day of the month till the last day of the month, and you see that as kind of we anticipated, December was a rough month for all of the buildings. Everybody took a little bit of a nosedive. Well, except Crittenton there had an increase, so go Crittenton. I don't know what you were doing there. And the freshman center went up a little bit, but typically we do see in the month of December it does get a little bit rough. So hopefully January, still lots of month left, will continue to get us out of that cold December slump. So that's the next thing that I wanted to make sure to share with you. Third on our announcements for today are data health checks. I appreciate each of you taking time before break to go through each of your errors and correct those. A few of you reached out with things that are not correctable or that have been on there multiple times, and Stephen and I are trying to work through some of those. Stephen's going to send out new data health checks to you next Tuesday. So be on the lookout for an email next Tuesday after you get back from your 3-day weekend with new data health checks, and hopefully we see some differences on there and some things have fallen off because you've corrected them. The ones that go out on Tuesday, I'll be taking a look at those to compare to December to make sure that there's nothing crazy on there or nothing that we need to kind of go in and look at. The last thing that I wanted to share with you is a little bit of a training here for attendance clerks and secretaries. Probably need to know how to do this. And so this is the point in our virtual meeting that you may need to do some pausing and take some notes possibly so that you can get these steps down. But Stephen's created a new way that you and your building can pull those monthly perfect attendance slips for when the foundation and Dr. Cargyle and Dr. Skinner and Amanda and Miss Ruth come over to your building to draw student names. So we wanted to walk you through how to pull those. So once again, if you need to pause the video and get something to take some notes, you can do that. But the first thing that we're going to want to do is go to Infinite Campus, of course. And so you want to get logged in to Infinite Campus. So I'm logging in here. And you can see that I, can select from all the different schools. I'm just going to go up to Compass, the first one up here, and change my calendar. So you make sure that you're on your school's calendar. And over here on the left-hand side, you might not have quite as much as I do, but you should have a link that says Hickman Mills Reports that I'm pointing at right now. So Hickman Mills Reports, and you're going to go down here to this one that says Perfect Attendance and click on it. And it's going to open up a new window for you. And then if it asks you for a login, so if you get to this screen and it asks you for a login, I'm going to click back to the agenda for you. But if it asks you for a username, the username is report right here, and I'm going to highlight it for you in yellow. And then it's this really wonky password. You can't change that. It's got to stay the same for Stevens. So the password is this RP30RT user. So everybody uses the same username and password. So jot that down somewhere so that you can keep track of it. So I'm going to go back over to Infinite Campus, actually to that new window, and you'll see that 1718 Compass is selected. And I want to do perfect attendance slips for this, let's just say this week in January. So I'm going to do January 8th is the start, and I'm going to change it to January 12th is the end, even though I know we still have 2 days left this week. But hey, we can make it through a full week because next week is another short one for us. And then I'm going to click View Report. And hopefully something pops up here for us. It's thinking. And then you'll see that this is the list of all of the Compass students. Looks like there's a second page up there who have perfect attendance for that particular week. Now you're thinking, oh my gosh, those are so small. So here's what you should do. Go up here to this little file button and click the arrow, and it gives you lots of options to change it. So if you just change it to a PDF, I'll show you what you're going to get. So it dropped it down here for me. So I'm going to pull up this PDF, and you'll see that there's still pretty tiny, that you got to cut those out. You see it's by grade level. So lots of perfect attendance, kids, for these couple of days we've had so far over at Compass. So you could do that, and you could cut it out that way. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to go back to my report. And so click on that little button again, and you can then export it to Excel. So it's pulling that up for us. And I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to pull up that Excel spreadsheet. And I'll make it a little bit bigger here. So there you go. And so then you could highlight this whole thing. And if you want to make, all of the names big, wow, that made it really big. But then I could drag this across, and I could make these nice and big before I send it to the printer. So you could do that if that, was helpful and you wanted to have some bigger names to draw from and to cut from, actually, is probably the challenge. So I'm going to go back here. And so once we get to the end of the month, and when it's that day for Amanda and the team to come out and do the drawing, you will have needed to do this by week. So most months you're going to do it 4 times. So you do it once for the week of January 8th through 12th. You're going to do it again for the 16th through the 19th. You're going to do it again for the 22nd through the 26th. And then the 29th through the end. If you don't do it that way, then it's only going to pull students who have had perfect attendance for the entire month. And you're probably going to get a really short list. Okay, so I'm going to do that really quickly one more time. I'm in Infinite Campus. I go to Hickman Mills Reports, and I go to Perfect Attendance. Select your school, so I could select Dobbs. I want to pick my start date, so January 8th through the 12th, and then I'm going to say View Report. Once I say View Report, then go to this little file looking thing, and you can export it to a spreadsheet and make it as big as you want. And then you'd have to do it again for the following week. So once again, new this month in January, Stephen is no longer going to send you your perfect attendance list. You will need to run those. I'm going to set a calendar reminder for myself to send you a little reminder to you once we get close to that date to go in and run all of those little slips. So going back to our agenda once again, that's how you run your perfect attendance report. Make sure that you've copied down the username and the password so you don't have to keep watching this video over and over again. And then you've got it. Okay, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone here, ladies, and I wanted to end this meeting with a little bit of a personal note. For those of the new staff members that I introduced earlier in the video, this is me, Katie. I would show you Stephen, but I'm locked behind my door because I don't want anybody to interrupt this video or to come in and see me doing the video. I had a really awesome winter break. I hope that you did the same. I got lots of rest. I got lots of Law and Order and Criminal Minds. My kids drove me crazy. It was just a really good time. So I hope that you also had time for rest and relaxation and to enjoy your family and whatever it is that you like to do on all of your days off. I want to thank all of you who came to our holiday luncheon before break. It was just really nice to get off campus and to see several of you and to wish you well and to wish you much needed rest. So I think we had a pretty good time and the food was pretty good. So we will definitely have to try to do that again. We definitely make a good team, I have to say. So again, I just wanted to end with saying I appreciate each of you. Please continue to call and email if you run into questions or concerns or you're not quite sure how to handle something. Stephen or I will get back to you. I think we're going to start interviewing next week for the core data analyst position. So if any of you are interested in that, you better hurry up and get your application in. Wink, wink. And we're all settled, sort of settled in our new space over at Baptiste. So don't go looking for us at the admin building, at the bunker, as I very kindly refer to it. But we are now at Baptiste, and I'm cozy here in my new little office. So if you need us, you can always stop by and come see everyone here as well if you can get out. So once again, please reach out if you have questions or concerns. I hope you have a happy Wednesday, and I hope that tomorrow you are safe with some of the weather that seems to be coming in. Have a great day. Bye.